Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. And I'm really happy that you have joined us here on Daily Immigration Dose, which we have Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So, yes, we are streaming live right now on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and on X. So, please feel free to join us in the discussion by commenting, or you can even join us by dialing this number, which is displayed on the screen 425-436-6335, and the access code is 988-888. And once you're in, we will be able to hear you. So please join us. And before we head on with today's discussion, we have this very important disclaimer, and that is by watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not professional advice. Use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. So, folks, thank you so much, and please keep this disclaimer in mind. And I'm happy to tell you that today we are going to be discussing about a very important discussion, a very important topic, and that is which occupations are hot for H-1B visa applicants in the USA. And of course, we're going to find out what is trending. But to help me in this discussion, I got my co host, Sam, and this is a show which we do together. So, hi, Sam. I'm really happy that you're here again today.
Hi, Nepa. It's so good to have you also again. And I'm so happy that today we are going to talk something very different and that too a very hot topic is going to be there. And especially, people are more into what job are you going to take or which profession are you going to work. So it's like everyday discussion that most of the people are concerned about. And today it's really great to have a lot of information about this topic. And I think, yeah, without any further ado, we should definitely talk about it.
For sure, we will, but I think we should go ahead with our news updates for now. So, Sam, if you could just give us a few updates and then I could follow.
Sure. So, firstly, I would like to talk about Mexico's president response to Trump's Gulf of Mexico remaining ideas. And that is, Donald Trump recently suggested renaming the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. And Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum also disagreed with the idea and proposed an alternative, renaming a region of North America to America Mexicana or Mexican America. Well, this term was also used in the early 1600s, and Sheinbaum also pointed out that the Gulf of Mexico has been recognized internationally by that name for centuries. So, Trump's suggestion to rename the Gulf is seen as an unnecessary attempt to change a long established geographic name. Moving ahead with another news that is US schools prepare for immigration raids under Trump. So, as Donald Trump get ready to take office, US schools are also worried about the possible immigration raids. So, Trump's plan to crack down on illegal immigration that have raised fears and so much tensions for the immigration agents, and also, that might visit schools to find undocumented students. In fact, some schools in California and Chicago also said that they won't cooperate with this, and they also argue that all children deserve equal education, no matter their immigration status. So, universities are also concerned and are urging students to return before Trump's inauguration to avoid any potential immigration actions. Moving ahead with my next news, that is Trump supports H-1B visas amid debate. So Donald Trump, the former president, has joined tech leaders like Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy in defending the use of H-1B visas. And Trump has also used this program in the past to hire workers at his properties, even though he has been known for restricting work visas in the past. Ramaswamy also spoke out saying that the US should focus more on attracting talented immigrants rather than pushing against them. So these were some of the news updates from my end. And Nipasa, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much for those very important news updates, Sam. And I too got a few, and this first one is a sports update. And that is, USA Today Sports Super 25 Boys Basketball Rankings. And it's a quick update. So, the highly anticipated 2024-2025 Super 25 Boys Basketball National Rankings are here. And teams from California, Florida, Florida and Texas dominate the list in its first edition of the season. So programs like Roosevelt, Harvard, Westlake, and St. John Bosco from California, alongside Columbus and Calvary Christian from Florida, and Brennan and Allen from Texas, have already established themselves as frontrunners. And rankings were determined based on team records, strength of schedule, star player performances, and head to head matchups. Yes, providing a snapshot of the best high school boys basketball teams across the nation. And you should definitely go check out the different rankings. And next up, of course, I have another update, and that's Mets' pursuit of Rocky Sasaki. Optimism is fading. The New York Mets have bolstered their rotation with key additions like Clay Holmes and Frankie Montas, while resigning, Sean Mania with Kodai Senga and David Peterson. Their starting rotation looks solid, though not quite elite. And the Mets showed strong interest in 23-year-old Japanese ace Roki Sasaki, whose international experience, talent, and affordability made him a dream addition. However, according to SNY's Andy Martino, optimism is fading about Sasaki joining the Mets. And frankly, I'm not hearing a lot of optimism in the industry that Mets will be the team for Roki Sasaki. That's what Martino had said. And as the race for Sasaki heats up, the Mets have to look elsewhere to secure an elite edge for their pitching roster. And I have another update, and this next one is about India and USA who strengthen anti terror ties. That's what is said by US Envoy Garcetti. Well, in a recent address, US Ambassador to India Eric Garcetti highlighted the growing partnership between India and the United States in combating terrorism. Speaking on peace and the role of the US India defense and security partnership, Garcetti lauded the increased intelligence sharing and cooperation aimed at holding terror groups accountable. Garcetti noticed that both nations face threats from organizations like Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed and ISIS, emphasizing the importance of working together to combat cross-border terrorism and explore community de-radicalization efforts. Well, peace is linked to prosperity, he stated, advocating investments in underprivileged communities and the creation of economic opportunities to prevent violence. He also calls for a revival of historic trade routes such as the Silk Route and Spice Route to foster global economic stability. The speech underscores a multiplicative relationship between the two nations, which shared responsibilities extending beyond borders. And I'm sure there'll be more updates on this one, so please stay tuned on our channel as well. We are Immigration and Jobs Talk Show, and we are here on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and on X. Well, it's a very evolving partnership, and I'm sure that there is going to be a lot more on this anti-terrorism and Eric Garcetti's point of views and updates. So thank you so much. Those were a few news updates from my side.
Thank you so much, Nepalsa, for letting us know about these very important news updates. And I think with that, our audience get to know about what's happening around the world. And with that, I would also like to continue with our today's very first topic that I would like to shed lights on. And yeah, I think without any further ado, let's directly jump into our today's topic, that is which occupations are hot for H-1B visa applicants in the US. And also, we are going to talk about what's trending now. If we specifically talk about the H-1B visa applicants, then I think it is one of the most concerned and one of the most highly demand visa also. Because every time, most of the people, they are concerned about like how they are going to apply the visa, and if yes, they are applying, then also what will be the outcome for that. So we all know that 70 to 75% Indians, if we specifically talk about Indians, then there are 70 to 75% Indians who are working through H-1B visa applicants. and most of them, the jobs in US, they are highly in demand. So I think firstly I would like to talk about the first job that's actually very high in demand, and that's technology and IT professionals. So I think we all are very much aware that what technology plays a role in everyone's life, and it's something that we can't, I mean, it's something that we can't understand, that it's not just about technology, but it's like our daily life. It's one of the most important, and it's like one of the most crucial part of our life. Without technology, I don't think that anyone can uh, live, anyone can have food. Every time they need to have that technology thing. And with that, like
You
online,
really think like without technology we can't have food? I mean, of course, like
I
we
mean,
are dependent on it, but
as much the food is necessary for us, I think similarly the technology is also very much important for us. It's like a daily routine, with that we can't earn money, with that we can't work. So everywhere it's technology, and I think we all are surrounded by it. And I think till now 2025 we have a lot of demand, and moving ahead, if we also see the future of technology sector, then I think it will be highly in demand, and it will keep on increasing. So I think it will be a good thing, a great chance to apply for the IT job and to look for more the technology sector. But I think it will also get more challenging, and it will be more competitive also become, because right now we can see different companies, they also have layoffs. And I think it's part of a competition that will be happening, and doesn't matter that how much educated you are, doesn't matter how much money you're earning, anything can happen at any time, and it depends upon completely upon the market job level. So with that, I think being updated and staying updated with everything that's so ever happening with the US job market is very important. And I think this was from my end. And Nepasa, what would you like to add on this technology or IT professionals?
totally agreed. I mean, since we're talking off the topic and about the topic, sorry.
Mm.
So, the occupations that are hot for H-1B visa applications, definitely technology is, I think, top in the list because there's so many under technology, jobs that are under technology, even whether you talk about IT or any other profession. I think nowadays, even if it's hospitality, media, or so many others in the list, I think they all deal with technology, and there could not be there should be a tech team in every field, in every industry, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, I'm very much sure about the technology point of view. But just otherwise, of course, there's so much lately, these past decades, we've been so filled with so much technology, so much, I mean, whether you talk about social media, the exposure to too much information or too many lies out there, I think people sometimes they get just tired and they want to, unplug from technology and take a break, so of course stuff like that is also going on. But nonetheless, talking about H-1B visa, then yes, very much true, Sam, and thank you for bringing that up. So yes, we should talk more about it, and um, it's very important because we hear so many changes are coming up this year, right, about H-1B, and people have been concerned about what's going to happen and what is 2025 going to look like. We hear so many changes are going to happen, and it's I mean, due time, I think, because people have been long waiting for these changes to happen. And well, yes, the United States continues to attract global talent, and much more with the H-1B visa serving as a critical gateway, for skilled professionals to work in high demand industries. Of course, there are going to be new rules, new updates, but still, specialty occupations and H-1B visa very much exists. So yes, and H-1B, this program allows U.S. employers to hire foreign workers, for specialized positions, particularly in sectors like technology, healthcare, and finance. See, whenever we talk about this, technology always comes first. So yes, very much true. And But the question is, what are the key industries that are leading the charge, and what skills are essential to secure these high-paying roles? I think people out there, they have this question. They Even though they feel like they are qualified, they still do not know if they really can enroll themselves for these specialty
Right.
occupations. And I think for stuff like that, it's always best to have to consult an attorney. They will be able to guide you in the best possible way. Whether you qualify or not for an H-1B visa.
Right.
I mean,
And
yes.
I think, if we also talk about the key industries, then let's go one by one. So, firstly, as I mentioned about the professionals, IT professionals, and the technology. So,
Yeah.
specifically, in this, there are certain jobs like software developers, data scientists, cloud architects, and AI engineers. So, these 3 to 4 jobs that's highly in demand regarding the technology and the IT sector. And also, these workers build and manage the software and technology that businesses, apps, websites, then there are so many like graphic designing and everything whatsoever we see on the laptop screen, on the phone screen, that is all developed and designed by these professionals only. And that's highly in demand. And also the need for technology skills is, I think it's keep on growing, and because companies also use digital tools more and more to run their operations. So I think these professionals play a very important role in today's digital world, and they create a lot of impactful thing, for our society and for our world also, from everything like social media to online shopping to banking and to payment. I think everything depends upon that. And with that, I would also like to ask from you guys, ask from our viewers, like please go ahead and share that which professionals or which job professional you're looking for, or which sector you want to work in, or anything, if there's any concern regarding the H-1B visa, if there's anything that you would like to share your point of view about where you are working, how you're working, or which job you are working for or looking for, then I think that would be great. You can post them on the comment section, or it would be great, if you could join us by dialing this number, that's 425-4366335, with the access code that's 988888. And with that, I think it would be a great session if you could also join us and let us know about yourself. And yeah, it will be a great one. So thank you so much, Nepasa, for also letting me know and giving me the chance to share these information. With that, why don't you go ahead and share some other professions or other career path that a viewers.
I would still like to talk a little bit more and add to your, maybe since people out there have been talking about technology, and it definitely is one of the first on the list,
Mhm.
So folks out there who have joined us, you may have some questions about if they qualify or not. And some of the skills, which really count, as far as proficiency in the programming languages are concerned, Python, Java, etc. Expertise like these in cloud computing also, and the ability to work with AI or ML technologies are very, very important right now, I think. Yes, AI has it's a new thing, and it is very much in, everybody is using it, no matter which field they work in, right? So stuff like that is also very important to learn and know. And if you are professionally qualified, nothing better than that. And apart from that, also cybersecurity plays a very, very crucial role. Everybody is using technology, using mobile phones, data which are personal, professional, and important, and everything else, right? So, cybersecurity is another reason, and another rising concerns, because there have been so many digital threats, and you even spoke about payments and everything, right? We hear so many scams every day, so many calls every day, trying so hard to scam us all. So, cybersecurity has also become another very, very important thing, I think, and another growing area of focus, I would say. And
Absolutely.
yeah, also, if you talk about salaries in the tech sector, I think they are very, very high, and highly competitive also. So roles like software engineers are even earning over $120,000 annually, and that's huge.
Right.
right? And I mean, we can even talk about companies, uh, leading companies like Google, Microsoft, and even Amazon, and so many others in the list. They all look for H-1B talent. So
Absolutely.
that's a very important thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, if we also talked about salary, then there are different salaries that has been given to different professions like software engineers, then cloud architect or the AI professionals or the data scientist. But some on the other, the salaries are like highly paid, and the one can be happily, they will be happy with the finance that they will be receiving with these sectors. And also, if we talk about different things like if we talk about the cybersecurity thing, then I think nowadays people are more prone into, or they are more getting themselves into the scams that's happening around the world. People are more into like just making them fool and sharing some fraud email, sharing some fraud links, and tell them to join this and the share or to share OTP, and after that, they get into a lot of trauma, and sometimes they even lose the money that they have in their account. So I think with this, the frauds are also increasing, and we just can't say and can't exactly rely on everything that's happening in the technology. I think if technology is increasing, the crimes and the frauds are also increasing, and every day we have been familiar with so many different scams, and mostly they take place due to technology only. And
Yeah, yeah. And we are all using smart devices, but seems like people are becoming dumber. Or, I mean, now dealing with all these types of scams and calls, and even going through losses themselves, attending to these calls. I think people are at least trying to get smarter. So, yeah, that's there also. But I mean, don't let these. I mean, don't try to. I mean, if something looks suspicious, sounds suspicious, you have the power in your hands to even report these cases. Report the number, or if it is. I mean, that is why we it's all on us, right? We are giving access, whether it is an app or anything. If they are all asking for permission, allow access to your gallery, allow access to your
right,
microphone, allow access to your camera. So things like that, you have to be more, I mean, attentive to what you're allowing to which app, and if calls are suspicious or if it's a genuine call, because banks or anybody else will not just call you for, I mean, to pay or to even ask for an OTP or even
right.
too many details. So I think it's always best to stay vigilant, to learn more about how to be safe in this smart world using smart devices. We all have, rather, we'll all have to be smarter than everybody else. So I think
That's
it's
true.
very, very important to keep that in
And
mind as
most of
well.
the time we get those emails or messages like you'll be getting 1 crore if you'll be winning this thing, or if you'll be spinning the ball you are going to have these gifts. So it's like the fraud or the scammers, they are trying to lure the people, and the people get trapped into their web, and that's how they lose their money, and also the peace and mental stability also. It's so affecting, and psychologically it actually hurts a lot. And
Yes.
I think yeah, absolutely, you have to stay vigilant, you have to be aware with everything. And with that, because it's not also easy that if you get into the scammers thing, and after that if you're filing a complaint, then also it's very difficult to find out that scammer, because nowadays those hackers are even smarter than the people who are actually
Mhm.
working in the IT profession.
Yes, yes, they do it through devices or places where they cannot be traced, and like they are smarter for sure. They know that if they get caught, they will be traced, and they're playing safe. So we will have to try to play safer and try never to be scammed.
That's so
And it's always best to keep learning more, stay vigilant. If you're confused or if you feel like you're almost getting tricked, then I mean, the power is in your hands to disconnect the call, to not give them the OTP. That's all in you. That's all.
true.
I mean, all up to you.
Absolutely. And I think with that, we would like to end our very first
Yeah.
segment of today's topic, because I think this scam and this fraud and this cybersecurity thing will keep on going, and we don't want to extend this topic only for our show.
But before we head on to our next, we should definitely pick up some of the comments because
Sure.
we have so many folks out there who have joined us and we really don't want to keep you waiting. So let's just read out some comments. Let's take up this first one. This is from AJ. Oh, it's not there. So Vihan, let's take this Vihan's comment. Tech layoffs have me worried about the job market for H-1B. Are tech roles still in demand, or should I focus on other industries like healthcare, finance, or better chances? Well, yes, there have been a lot of layoffs lately. I mean, ever since the pandemic, I think we have been seeing a lot of layoffs for many different reasons.
Mhm.
So, Vihan, of course, if you can, why not? I mean, you can always, if you have the options, then you could try out healthcare and finance. And I think healthcare could be one of the most um, important ones, or rather where opportunities, you will have more opportunities, because that's what we hear, right? I mean, if you talk about the US healthcare system, it's very different, and I think it's high time that they revise it, of course, and much needed, I think. And it depends where you qualify, and if there are job roles that you can fill in, then why not? I mean, if better, even if you have more options like healthcare or finance apart from tech. But I mean, from what you have commented, sounds like you are very talented, or multi-talented rather. So tell us about yourself, Vihan. Where are you from? Why don't you join us, on this call, in this discussion, by calling us, in this number 425-436-6335, and the access code is 988-888. But yes, very great comment. And tech roles are still much in demand. It's not like it's gone, though there have been layoffs for different reasons, but they are very much in demand. So depends if you have a job waiting for you in the US. That's the most important point.
I think nowadays, we can't expect anything, and it's nothing that is stable. Because if we also look back to maybe 2023 or 2024, then we have seen a lot of layoffs, sorry. And like in 2023, we have seen almost 200,000 US tech employees were laid off. So, that's a huge number. And that too, we can't say that these 200,000 employers, those who were laid off, though they weren't talented, they weren't skilled, and they weren't highly qualified. I think, it depends, because any company or if we specifically talk about the US company, then they are more into not just the one how they have selected or how they have hired the employer, they are more into who is the growing employer. Because the time when they hired them, they are already qualified, they have lots of skills, but what they acquire during that journey, I think that what matters more. And the one who is keep on learning, the one who is keep on growing, I think company prefer to them, as compared to the one those who are already sitting back with their already learned skills. So I think it's a very competitive world, and it's also not fair to say that someone is not learning, or someone, if they are giving 9 hours a day and still that person is not putting efforts to it. I know it's something hurtful, but we can't expect anything, as now the competition is so high. And even for the H-1B visa workers also, as Trump is also mostly in he is going to favor, but still we can't expect some leniency from it, and also the process may become little complicated, or may become little challenging. And with these things only, we can predict that upcoming years will be a very tough one, especially for those who are looking for the IT sector or for the technology sectors. So thank you so much, Vihan, for joining us and for commenting here. I think it would be great if you could join us in this call, and we will definitely love to have you with us on this stream. And yeah, thank you so much, Vihan.
Yes, and we have Harpreet also. Harpreet is saying, I've seen a lot of news about AI and automation replacing jobs. Are these trends creating more opportunities for H-1B applicants in tech related fields, or are they making it harder? Well, I think they're both in their own places, because even though these are exist today, AI, automation replacing jobs, but it's not like the H-1B visas have reduced. I mean, it's still the same number, 65,000 and another 20,000, which is 85,000. So I think yes, there are reasons why jobs are being replaced. There is automation because AI is much cheaper for so many out there, and yes, they can do jobs which humans cannot do in seconds, minutes for that matter. But they still need humans, because who is going to check them, right? And uh, no matter what AI you're using, I think, yeah, it's very, very, it still exists. I mean, don't get scared that H-1B is going to be taken off completely. Of course, there are new rules, new regulations that we hear are going to come up, but yeah. I think I could just say that for now, Harpreet. So tell us where you are, by the way. I mean, folks, wherever you're joining us from, we would love to know where you're joining us from. We only see your name, but we don't know where you have joined us from. Whenever you tell us whether you've joined us from another country or from the US, which part of the US, we would love to know, and maybe that way we could. I mean, it would be nice to connect to you, and if you can join us on call, I mean, nothing better than that.
Absolutely. And I think with Harpreet comment, I can also say that if he's actually worrying about that AI is going to replace jobs, then Nepasa, we already had this conversation and we already had a show in this. And I think that was one of the most interesting one. So I think Harpreet, if you are getting scared about the AI is going to replace the jobs, then I think maybe we can expect that because nowadays also if you can see chatbots or simply you are getting the automated mails, then who does that? I think those are the AI or the chatbots that we do mostly. So we are almost like surrounded with AI, and every day it's the work that we take help from the AI. So we can't expect that in the future they can't replace, but not every job they are going to replace. Meanwhile, some like work routine jobs that may be replaced that doesn't need much creativity or doesn't need much, uh, different way to think of. So I think we can. Have this idea. But meanwhile, if we talk about the technology or the IT professionals, then I think still the humans are highly in demand for that. And they are the one who is creating more different technology, and they are the one who is being more creative towards the technical terms. So I think, yeah, that's what I would like to say.
I
And
think we should take up AJ's comment. We had this comment before we even started our show today. So let's have this. AJ saying hiring foreign national to work in US tech industry poses dangers of sabotage to infrastructure, embedding viruses, espionage, technology transfer, ID theft, danger to national security, and SOV. Well, there's so much you have just said in this one sentence, AJ, and definitely sounds like you're very, very angry with all the caps. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for commenting. And I think, yes, I wonder where you have joined us from. Which part of the US are you in? And hiring foreign national to work in the US tech industry poses dangers. But I mean, there are people out there. I mean, not just people, Elon Musk or Trump also, for that matter. They think that they still need some highly qualified folks from, I mean, foreign nationals, to be able to contribute to the US, whether it's economically or, I mean, really. He's also saying that information we trust foreign nationals with will end up on the black market or in the hands of US adversaries, a chance not worth taking. We should educate our own, not people with dueling loyalties. Well, of course, I mean, this is there. If you are being able to educate your own people, and if they can perform best, then I don't think the US would ever require foreign nationals. It's only because they require that they have been hiring. And talking about information, yes, I know what you mean. And there have been so many instances that we see about, you know, being, I mean, terrorism for that matter, or so many attacks for that matter, and also abuse or misuse of H-1B, even. So I think any sort of misuse should be stopped, should be checked on. And I think it's very, very important. Very great points that you have brought these up, AJ. Thank you so much for these. And
Right.
talking about the black market or in the hands of US adversaries, well, these are all great points, very bold and passionate points, all all about the love for US, and we really feel you. So thank you so much for sharing this passion that you have. And here we can only discuss and talk, but what's going to happen is really not in our hands. And with Trump coming into the office in no time, say about 10 days or so, I think we'll just have to wait and watch what is going to happen. And we hear that he's definitely going to put US first, America first, right? So we'll see how it goes. And we've heard so many cases about him being against illegal immigrants and immigrants. I don't think that Trump is going to do anything that's going to harm the nation. So he's
Yeah.
going to make sure that he is going to take every step that is possible, to avoid all these things. So, AJ, thank you so much for joining us with such passion, and your comments are great and great points, really.
Right. And I think here we have Harpreet's comment, and who is saying that I'm from Amritsar, Punjab, willing to apply for H-1B. So, all right, Harpreet, but why don't you join the session with this dialing the number? And it would be great if you could be on call, and there we can connect in a better way. And there you can also, have more information about the topic that you would like to ask for. So please go ahead and dial the number that is just visible on the screen with the access code. And I think it will be a great one to have you also with us in today's session. And yeah, I think let's join and let's make this session a great one. And with that, I think we have already talked about the ages one. And I think now we should come back to our topic and to our content that we were discussing on. So I think, Napasa, we have already talked about the first profession, that is the technology and the IT. And moving ahead, I would also like to talk about the healthcare one. So
Yeah.
I think healthcare is also, one of the top industries for H-1B visa holders in the US. And healthcare is like a never-ending career or never-ending job. And because even in the pandemic, even in the lockdown, we have seen that all the businesses that got shut down, but there were media, there were healthcare, and there were technology. So this shows exactly the importance of healthcare. Doesn't matter what the world is going through, even in the pandemic, healthcare has to be there. And I think healthcare is one of the top or the highly demand profession, that people are looking
Mhm.
for, and especially for the H-1B visa applicants. And even the salary, if we also take a look for the salary, then I think doctors on H-1B visa, they usually earn between $150,000 to $250,000 per year. And that completely depends upon the specialization, but we can see that's a great amount, and that's a great salary also if someone is working in the healthcare sector. And also, while H-1B doctors, they may start with slightly lower salaries, and the American counterparts are like getting a bit more as compared to the H-1B workers, because it's estimated that American workers, those who are actually born and brought up from America for America, are getting around $200,000 to $300,000. And we can see a slight change, a slight difference for the H-1B workers and for the American workers. But I think even the H-1B workers, if they'll keep on putting efforts, if they'll keep on continuing with their job, then they'll be also earning exactly the same what the American workers are earning right now. So yeah, I think that's a point that I wanted to make. And Nabaza, what would you like to talk about the healthcare sector?
What you have said is so true. I mean, it's never ever going to go out of trend, I guess, talking about healthcare because everybody's concerned about health. And when you talk about the US and even just prior authorization for that matter, I think the healthcare system itself needs to be revised and
Mhm.
needs to be made in such a way that patients out there get the attention first, get the care first, and then after that, the payment or other sorts of paperwork is they have made paperwork so important, so much more important than patient care, and that's just not fair, because sometimes there are emergency cases or there are so many cases that need more attention than just money. If you really need to save lives out there, you know and yeah, talking about just the industry as a whole, very very vital roles, whether you say physicians, surgeons, pharmacists, biomedical engineers. I mean, these are some roles which are there for healthcare professionals out there, and you could fall under H-1B visa because these would be specialty occupations and very very high paying jobs for sure.
Right.
And apart from that, yes, the ongoing also the shortage of skilled medical professionals, in the US, they have created abundant opportunities for H-1B applicants. So another very, very important sector. Folks out there from different countries who qualify, whether as a physician, surgeon, biomedical engineers, or even pharmacists, you could try to go live your American dream. Why not? And yeah, there are essential skills in the healthcare network also, but whether you talk about proficiency in medical expertise, patient care, advanced research is also very, very crucial because there are so many types of different things coming up nowadays. Even COVID, for that matter, is very, very recent, right?
Mhm.
4 5 years back, and we never thought something like that could ever happen, but it is happening. It had happened, and I even hear that it's coming back. I don't know which wave would this be, fourth, but I heard some in the news. I don't know how true is it, but yes. And about compensation and job stability as well. Very very high paying jobs up to $200,000 annually. That's great, right? And
Right.
these are some of the highest paying jobs in the US, and long term career stability as well, because it's very, very attractive to professionals out there. And wow, we have RK join us again. Hi, RK. Thank you for joining us today as well. I think you joined us yesterday, and I really wish you could join us on call. If you can, please dial this number 425-436-6335, and the access code is 988888. RK says, lack of enforcement gives a great program a bad reputation. Okay. Check the data. Some bad actors, government not barring them from the program instead. They just fine them with, which is ridiculous because the profit from abusing the system is 4 times higher. Hence the pay is, hence the pay the fine and continue the abuse. That is so true. That is so true. I mean, I think punishment should be so severe that cannot just be paid off by fines, right, RK? And I totally agree with you. Thank you so much for bringing this up, really.
Absolutely. And I think it would be great, RK. You know, you have been our regular viewer, and we have never seen you. We have never with you on call. So, why don't you go ahead and join this call and at least let us give the opportunity to listen your voice? because most of the time we have been taking your comments, even with our attorney shows and even during our DID. So please go ahead and dial this number. And I think let's do something different today. Let's have one-on-one call today instead of commenting. So that would be great. And here's another okay RK comment, and that's too very important. That is. Until the prison sentences, it will continue. The program is vital, especially in healthcare as the boom generation is getting old. A lot of physicians will be needed. Absolutely. I think that's very important. And thank you so much, Aki, for letting us know and, for also, I mean, these informations are very important. And it's so good to feel that we are also learning different things and different information are also feeding up in our minds. So thank you so much for that. And I think with that, Nepasa, let's move ahead with another profession, and that's a financial analyst and economist. So this is most of the thing that people are trying to feel that these professions are not very much in demand. But I would like to say that these professions are also going to be highly in demand in future, and is also demanding now because in US, if we talk about the US job market, then jobs like financial analyst and economist are actually high in demand because these professionals play a very important role in helping businesses and make a very smart financial decisions. And any company that has to work or that has to take any decision, I think it depends exactly how much that company is earning or what is the financial status or the condition of that company. And with that, these financial analyst comes up. And I think it's also like having a backbone of one company with the financial analyst. And they also use their skills to predict how the market will move and identify the potential risk. And I think that's very crucial for any company to succeed because if there is no prediction or even the prediction goes wrong, I think then that that company is going to shut down, or that company is going to have a lots of loss, not only regarding the financial status but also the respect, the reputation, and everything that goes in vain. So it's very important, and that's where the financial analyst plays a role in it. And I think most of the people, they don't know about it, but I think that's a very important one to mention, and that's why I mentioned. And if we also talk about the salaries, then I think financial analysts, on H-1B visa, they earns between $70,000 to $120,000 per year, and that's not less. That's a decent amount, and that's also a very respectful amount that financial analysts earn. And also, if we talk about in comparison to the people, the US born financial analyst, then they make around $80,000 to $130,000. So we can see a major difference of $10,000 between these two categories. And as we also said that, if you're on H-1B applicant, then sooner or later you will also be getting a good amount of salary. So just stay passionate and have that consistency, and definitely you'll be earning equally as compared to the US born people. And yeah, and that's I think from my side. And yeah, I think we have another comment from Harry Potter. And Harry Potter reminds me of that our favorite series that we have been a great fan of. But welcome, Harry Potter. And here's his comment, that is, as a CS engineering graduate with just 1 year experience from HID, Hyderabad, how should I approach obtaining an H-1B visas? Okay. And should I prioritize seeking remote roles with US clients to gain experience before applying for the H-1B? Or is there a different strategy that's more effective? So I think Harry is mostly concerned about the role, that is more for the remote worker or the employer, those who are actually working from the office. I think the answer will be given exactly by the one those who are very much aware about the U.S. job market, or what's happening, or what the remote workers are getting paid, or what the workers, the one those who are actually working from office are getting paid. So, Nipasa, what would you like to add on this? Do you have any idea, or would you like to suggest anything to Harry?
I mean, I wish I could give you expert advice, but thank you so much, Harry, for joining us. And, you know, I think it's very important to get yourself evaluated because if you have studied and have experience from Hyderabad, it's going to be very different in the US. So you have to get yourself evaluated, whether it's your education, your experience. They have to be evaluated by a US. I mean, I think yes, you have to get evaluated from a US. I think education professional so that you will know where you stand, and then you can know if you qualify or not. And it'll be best to really consult with an attorney. They will be able to guide you and tell you how to get evaluated as well. So we have many attorneys, who join us in our channel, and maybe we could even take up your question with one of our attorneys so that you would get a proper answer. I think that is all that I can come up with for right now. But very, very, I mean, keep that in mind that you need to get evaluated.
Right.
So whether it's just, I mean, CS engineering graduate sounds really, really good so far, So yeah, just get yourself evaluated.
And
And
even, I think Harry is more concerned, like, he has a 1 year experience, and he's more into how can he approach the H-1B visa. So,
yeah,
I think
yes.
with the 1 year, it's quite. I mean, we can't exactly say that it's very relevant, because there are people who are having like 5 years, 6 years, or even 10 years of experience, and some may get and some may not. But I think it's never bad, to have a try and to try to take a step, because it also depends upon your skills, and also depends upon your qualification. And if you have everything that what US companies are going to get benefit from you, then I think surely you'd be getting the H-1B visa. And as Nipasa also mentioned that for the further details or for more clarification, you can also consult with an attorney. And with that, we also come up every day, most of the days, with the upcoming webinars, where we have our different attorneys and we ask these types of questions only. And yeah, I think we will just would like you to invite us on those webinars and join there. And I think our attorneys will definitely help you in these questions.
Well, yes, definitely, Sam. Thank you so much for that. And thank you, Harry, for joining us. I hope that we were a little helpful, but even if not, stay with us. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so that, whenever we have discussions, you will be notified. And talking about engineering, engineering roles are very much in demand as well. And whether it is civil, mechanical, electrical, and even environmental engineering, these are very, very crucial for the infrastructure development and technological progress as well. So I think these are roles that are very much there existing, and uh, trying to obtain an H-1B, uh, you could, I mean, why not, if you qualify in any of these? So major projects including energy or urban planning as well. I think these are things which are there right now, and they are very much available jobs which are under engineering specializations, different specializations. And I think crucial skills are also very important. How much you are qualified, whether it is proficiency in design software, AutoCAD, SolidWorks, even problem solving and project management is very essential. And you have to address how engineering roles often demand innovative thinking and collaboration. So if you think you are capable, then yes, why not? You can go for it and apply for an H-1B under any of your engineering. I mean, these different professions: civil, mechanical, electrical, environmental, wherever you fall. and very much, I mean, typically very high competitive salaries as well. All engineers, whether you talk about the US or even India, right, they really pay so well. So long-term stability, growth is what you can expect. And yes, H-1B engineers also are shaping the future and infrastructure and even technology. So yes.
Right. In fact, the saddest part is that if we talk about the BTech degree, then it's very expensive. If any person who is graduating from the BTech degree, and that takes almost 4 years. And after graduating, after spending a lot of money, even after that, most of the people, they didn't get job and they are not employed. So it feels so sad, and after putting so much efforts, after putting so much money and time, they are still not getting job, they are sitting unemployed. So it feels so sad, and I think with that, one has to look for some alternative option, or if you're trying your level best and still if you're not able to get job in the BTech sector, then I think you can try for some other sectors as well, because it's more, I mean, I think it will be much better to sit and wait for the job to get in BTech rather than to get the other job. So with that, yeah, I would like to tell that, and I think here's Khaja Siddiq, we can see, and he is saying hello. So, hi Khaja, it's so good to have you, and I think you can also join us in this session, and it would be so great if you could join us on call. And that's the dialing number is visible on the screen with the access code. So I think it would be great if you could join us and share anything. It's not important to talk about the topic. You cannot share anything like which profession you're working, or are you looking for something, or where you are talking us from, and everything that you would like to let us know. So I think that would be great. And with that, we have already touched upon a lot of professions today, a lot of career today. Like we have talked about healthcare, we have talked about IT, then technology, and even the financial analyst, the economist. So I think, Napasa, we have talked a lot in today's session, and also the salaries that we have discussed. So I think it has helped our viewers about it, and with that, we have also taken a lots of comments from our viewers, and it was so good to talk about it and to have a lots of information with it. So yeah, I think anything else, Nepasa, that you would like to add on?
Yes, I think I could just say that we have touched on technology, healthcare, finance, and engineering. But apart from these, I think other works or other jobs in demand are also different positions under consulting, and also academia. So, very much there. So, folks out there, if you qualify or if you really want to go to America, live your uh, dream and work out there under H-1B, then if you think you qualify, then why not apply? And these are some of the main jobs maybe we can look forward to, which 2025 could offer for us. So let's see what happens. Trump coming in office and different H-1B rules coming in, which are going to be applicable from the 17th this month. So a lot of things are going to happen, but yes, to secure these roles, applicants must meet H-1B requirements as well, including educational qualifications, a job offer is a must, and also an employer sponsorship.
Yeah.
I think these are things to keep in mind. And yes, thank you so much. I think we should wrap up. But Khaja is back saying, I'm planning for Canada, but a little bit confused about the US. I'm BTech grad in IT. I think we just spoke about BTech, right, Sam? And it's very interesting. Thank you so much, Khaja, for joining us. Well, I think you can try what's there. You can try for both Canada and the US, and you see, I'm sure, like, I really hope you can make it to both. And if you do make it to both the countries, then I think the choice will be in your hands, which country to choose. Which would you prefer? And I would say come to the US. I think it's going to be very, very nice to have you as our neighbor as well. But yeah, Trump's plans about 51st date, it's not going to happen. We just had a discussion yesterday about that. Kaja, I hope that you can check out our daily immigration dose from yesterday. It's there on our channel, Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. And it is very, very rhetoric because it's not going to happen. It's but Trump being Trump, he's still making statements about that. But thank you so much for joining us. Really great to have you also join us. And I think this is it for today. We should definitely wrap up for now. And thank you so much, all you folks out there, for joining us on our show. It's I hope that you benefit. And if you resonated with our discussion today, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We are Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. You can even connect with us on social media. We are on Facebook, LinkedIn, and also on X and on Instagram. Join us, and we would be really happy if you could join us on calls in our upcoming episodes. And we will see you tomorrow again. We have daily immigration dose Monday to Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope you can join us tomorrow. But for now, this is it. And thank you so much, all you folks, for joining us. You all out there have a great day ahead. It's Napasa and Sam signing off for now.
Bye, everyone.